A billionaire walks into the most important meeting of his life wearing a watch held together with duct tape. His board thinks he's lost his mind. They're about to force him out. This is a story that will break your heart and change how you see the world forever. Marcus Webb pushed through the glass doors of the Manhattan high-rise at 8:47 a.m. His black suit fit perfectly. His tie was straight. His shoes were polished so bright they reflected the lobby lights. But on his left wrist was a watch that looked like someone had stepped on it. The glass face was cracked in 3 places. The leather band was held together with duct tape. The metal edges were scratched and dented. He walked past the security guard who nodded at him. Past the coffee shop where people lined up for their morning drinks. Past the young professionals scrolling on their phones. Nobody looked at him yet. Nobody knew what was coming. The elevator doors opened on the 42nd floor. Marcus stepped into the hallway where his company's name was written in huge silver letters. Webb Technologies. 5 years ago, this company didn't exist. Now it was worth $3 billion. Now it employed 4,000 people. Now everyone wanted a piece of it. His assistant Jennifer met him at the door. Her face was tight, worried. "They're all here," she said quietly. "Every single board member. Mr. Peterson arrived an hour early." Marcus nodded. He didn't smile. He never smiled on days like this. "Coffee?" Jennifer asked. "No thank you." She glanced down at his wrist. The broken watch. Her mouth opened like she wanted to say something. Then she closed it. She'd worked for Marcus for 3 years. She knew better than to ask about things he didn't want to talk about. The conference room was on the east side. Floor-to-ceiling windows showed the whole city below. The table was made of dark wood and could seat 20 people. Today, 16 board members sat waiting. Their faces were serious. Some looked angry. Some looked scared. Marcus walked to his seat at the head of the table. He sat down. He placed both hands on the table. The broken watch caught the morning light. Richard Peterson sat directly across from Marcus. Peterson was 63 years old. White hair. Expensive suit. He'd been in business since before Marcus was born. He'd invested $10 million into Webb Technologies when it was just an idea in Marcus's apartment. Now his investment was worth $300 million. But Peterson wanted more. Peterson always wanted more. "Glad you could join us, Marcus," Peterson said. His voice was cold, fake polite. "I'm 3 minutes early," Marcus replied. "Yes. Well." Peterson looked at the other board members. "We have a serious situation. As you all know, Titan Corp made an offer yesterday. They want to buy Webb Technologies. All of it." The room got quiet. Someone coughed. Marcus didn't move. "The offer is $4.2 billion, Peterson continued. "That's billion with a B. They want an answer by Friday." Sandra Kim spoke up. She was the youngest board member. 39 years old. Brilliant with numbers. "That's 40% above our current market value," she said. "We'd all walk away very wealthy. Some of us more than others," added Thomas Green. He was the chief financial officer. The man who counted every dollar. He was looking at Marcus's watch. His eyes kept going back to it. Marcus finally spoke. "We're not selling." Peterson laughed. Not a real laugh. Sharp, mean sound. "Marcus, you own 51% of this company. But we have a fiduciary responsibility to our shareholders, to our employees. $4.2 billion isn't just money. It's security. It's futures. It's retirement funds for people who've worked here since day one." "I said we're not selling," Marcus repeated. "Why?" Chandra asked. She leaned forward. "Help us understand, Marcus. This is life-changing money for everyone in this room. For everyone who works here. Why would you say no?" Marcus looked at her. Then at Peterson. Then at every single face around the table. They were all waiting. All watching. Peterson stood up. He walked slowly around the table. His shoes clicked on the marble floor. "You know what I think," he said. "I think you're being selfish. I think you've forgotten where you came from. I think success has made you arrogant. He stopped right next to Marcus. He pointed at the broken watch. Look at that thing on your wrist. It's pathetic. You're worth over $2 billion personally. And you're wearing a watch that belongs in the trash. What's wrong with you? Are you trying to make some kind of statement? Trying to show us you're still humble? Still connected to your roots? Other board members shifted in their seats. Some nodded. Some looked uncomfortable. Marcus stared straight ahead. His jaw was tight. That watch is disrespectful, Peterson continued. His voice got louder. You come into this room where we're discussing billions of dollars, where people's lives hang in the balance, and you wear that broken piece of junk. It's insulting. Shows you don't take this seriously. It shows you don't respect us. Thomas Green cleared his throat. Richard has a point, Marcus. This is a professional environment. Standards matter. Appearance matters. Especially when you're about to cost everyone in this room millions of dollars, Peterson added. He was standing right behind Marcus now. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to vote, right now, on whether to accept Titan Corp's offer. Marcus turned his head slowly. He looked up at Peterson. You can't vote on that. Not without my approval. Peterson smiled. A wolf smile. Actually, we can. I had our lawyers review the corporate bylaws last night. If 60% of the board votes that the CEO is acting against the company's interests, we can override your decision. It's right there in Section 47, Paragraph 9. The clause you signed 5 years ago when you needed our money. The room went dead silent. Marcus's hand moved to the watch. His fingers touched the cracked glass. Sandra spoke softly. Marcus, please. Just tell us why. Why won't you sell? Why is this company so important that you'd refuse $4 billion? Why are you wearing that watch? 15 faces stared at him, waiting, demanding answers. Marcus stood up slowly. He walked to the window. The city spread out below like a puzzle. Millions of people down there, living their lives, fighting their battles, carrying their pain. This company isn't for sale, he said, his back still to the room, because 15 years ago, I sold something I can never buy back. His voice cracked, just slightly, just enough that everyone heard it. And this watch. He turned around. His eyes were wet. This watch was the price. If this story is touching your heart right now, please take just 1 second to hit that subscribe button and tap the like icon. Helps us bring you more powerful true stories like this one. Your support means everything. Now let's find out what Marcus is about to reveal. Peterson crossed his arms. What are you talking about? Marcus walked back to the table. He didn't sit down. He stood there with both hands gripping the back of his chair. The broken watch hung from his wrist like a weight. My brother Devon gave me this watch, Marcus said. His voice was quiet now. Everyone leaned in to hear. December 14, 2009. I was 23 years old. He was 21. We were living in a basement apartment in Baltimore. The kind of place where the heat didn't work and you could see your breath in winter. Sandra's expression softened. Thomas stopped looking at his phone. Even Peterson seemed caught off guard. Devon worked at a warehouse, Marcus continued. Loading trucks. Unloading boxes. 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. His back hurt all the time. His hands were always cut up. But he never complained. Never once. Marcus lifted his wrist. Showed everyone the watch up close. The cracked face. The duct tape. The scratches. He saved for 4 months to buy this. Skipped lunches. Walked to work instead of taking the bus. Also, he could give me something nice for Christmas. Because I'd just gotten accepted to MIT's graduate program. Full scholarship. Computer science. It was everything we'd dreamed about since we were kids. Jennifer stood in the doorway now. She'd heard Marcus's voice from outside. She'd never heard him talk like this. Raw. So broken. The watch cost him $240, Marcus said. That was more money than we'd ever spent on anything that wasn't rent or food. When he gave it to me, he said, "Now you look like somebody who's going somewhere. Now you look like success." Marcus sat down. He put both hands flat on the table. The watch pressed against the dark wood. "I wore it every single day at MIT. Through every class, every exam, every late night in the computer lab. I looked at it and remembered why I was there. Remembered who believed in me when nobody else did." Peterson sat back down. The anger in his face was fading, replaced by something else. Confusion maybe, or the first hint of understanding. "January 16, 2011, Marcus continued. "That was the day everything changed. I got a call at 6 in the morning. Devin was in the hospital. He'd collapsed at work. They rushed him to emergency. By the time I got there from Boston, the doctors had news." Marcus's hands curled into fists. "Stage 4 liver cancer. Aggressive. Spreading fast. The doctor said maybe 6 months. Maybe less. Said Devin probably had symptoms for over a year but ignored them. Kept working through the pain because we needed the money." Sandra put her hand over her mouth. Her eyes filled with tears. "The treatment wasn't covered by his insurance," Marcus said. "The warehouse gave him basic coverage. Emergencies only. Cancer treatment was considered elective. Can you believe that? Saving someone's life was elective." His voice got harder. "Harper. They gave us a number. $173,000. That's what it would cost for the chemotherapy, the radiation, the surgery Devin needed. $173,000 we didn't have." Thomas spoke quietly. "What did you do?" Marcus looked at him. Really looked at him. "I had a choice. I was 3 months from finishing my master's degree. 3 months from graduating. I had job offers waiting. Google wanted me. Apple wanted me. Facebook wanted me. Big salaries. Stock options. Everything we'd worked for." He paused. The room was so quiet you could hear the air conditioning humming. "Or I could drop out. Take the offers immediately. Get signing bonuses. Get salary advances. Get enough money to pay for Devin's treatment." Jennifer whispered from the doorway. "Oh no. My advisor begged me to wait," Marcus said. "Said 3 more months wouldn't matter. Said I could defer the job offers. But Devin didn't have 3 months. The doctors were clear. Treatment needed to start immediately or it would be too late." Peterson's face had gone pale. He wasn't looking at Marcus anymore. He was looking down at his own expensive watch. His $5,000 Rolex. "So I dropped out," Marcus said simply. "Took an offer from a tech startup in San Francisco. They gave me a $50,000 signing bonus. I worked 90-hour weeks. Slept at the office. Saved every penny. Borrowed from everyone I knew. Got Devin into treatment." Sandra was crying openly now. "Did it work?" she asked. Marcus nodded slowly. "Yeah, it worked. The cancer went into remission. Devin lived." Relief washed over the room. Several board members smiled. But Marcus wasn't smiling. "For 8 months," he added. "Then it came back. Worse than before. In his lungs. His bones. Everywhere." The smiles died. "This time there was no treatment," Marcus said. "This time the doctors said to make him comfortable. Say goodbye. So I flew back to Baltimore. Sat with him in hospice. Held his hand while he died. He was 23 years old." Marcus touched the watch again. His fingers traced the cracks in the glass. "The day before he died, Devin asked me about MIT. Asked if I regretted dropping out. I lied. I told him no. I told him saving him was worth everything. And he looked at me with these tired eyes and said, 'Marcus, you're a terrible liar. You gave up your dream for 8 extra months with me. That's not fair. That's not right.'" The room felt heavy, like the air itself was pressing down on everyone. "Then he grabbed my wrist," Marcus continued. "Grabbed this watch. And he said, 'Don't you ever take this off. Not ever. It reminds you what matters.' It reminds you that degrees and money and success don't mean anything if the people you love aren't there to see it. Marcus stood up again. He looked at each board member one by one. Devin died on September 27, 2011. I was holding his hand. I was wearing this watch. And when his heart stopped, I heard the watch hit the bed rail. Heard the glass crack. Felt the band tear. I should have fixed it. Should have replaced it. But I didn't. Because broken is how it's supposed to be. Broken reminds me. Peterson's voice was barely a whisper. Reminds you of what? That I failed him, Marcus said. The words came out hard. Painful. I dropped out of MIT for nothing. I gave up everything and he still died. And after the funeral I went back to work. Worked even harder. Built my career. Made my money. Started this company. Became successful. Became exactly what Devin wanted me to be. But he's not here to see it. Marcus walked back to the window. The city blurred through his tears. Titan Corp's offer is $4.2 billion, he said. That's enough money to bring Devin back, right? That's enough money to buy a time machine. To go back and make different choices. Nobody answered. No, Marcus said. It's just money. And this company, Webb Technologies, isn't about money. It's about the second chance I never got. It's about building something that actually matters. He turned around. His face was wet but his voice was steady. 3 weeks ago, I signed papers to launch the Devin Webb Foundation. Every penny of profit from Webb Technologies goes into it. Every single penny. The foundation pays for cancer treatment for people who can't afford it. People like Devin. People who work warehouse jobs and factory jobs and have insurance that doesn't cover anything. Sandra gasped. Thomas sat back in his chair hard. Last year alone, Marcus continued, we paid for treatment for 843 people. This year we're on track for over 1,000. Next year, if we keep growing, maybe 2,000. Maybe more. These are people who would die otherwise. People whose families would have to make the choice I made. Give up everything for a few more months. Peterson stood up slowly. He walked to Marcus. When he spoke, his voice shook. Why didn't you tell us? Because it's not about credit, Marcus said. It's not about praise or recognition. Devin didn't save me so I could be famous for being generous. He saved me so I could actually do something that matters. Marcus held up his wrist. The broken watch caught the light again. If I sell to Titan Corp, they'll gut this company. Cut costs. Maximize profits. The foundation gets nothing. Those 1,000 people this year. They die. Their families make impossible choices. And I become a billionaire who forgot why any of this started. He looked directly at Peterson. So vote if you want. Override me if you can. But I'm not selling. Not for $4 billion. Not for $40 billion. Not ever. This company is Devin's legacy. It's the only piece of him I have left. And I'd rather lose everything than betray that. The room was silent for a long time. Finally Peterson spoke. I move to withdraw the vote. His voice was thick. Emotional. All in favor. Every hand went up. All 15 board members. No hesitation. Sandra stood. She walked to Marcus. She hugged him. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. One by one, the other board members stood. They shook Marcus's hand, patted his shoulder, apologized with their eyes. Peterson was last. He took off his Rolex, looked at it, then looked at Marcus's broken watch. I'm sorry, he said. I forgot what matters. When the room finally cleared, only Jennifer remained. She brought Marcus a glass of water, set it on the table next to him. Mr. Webb, she said softly. The reporters are calling. They heard Titan Corp made an offer. They want to know if you're selling. Marcus touched the watch one more time. Tell them Webb Technologies isn't for sale. Tell them we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Jennifer nodded. She started to leave, then stopped. For what it's worth, sir, I think your brother would be proud. Marcus looked out at the city. At all those lives below. All those people fighting their own battles, carrying their own broken pieces. I hope so, he whispered. I really hope so. The watch ticked on his wrist. Broken but still working. Cracked but still keeping time. A reminder that some things matter more than money. That some choices can't be undone. That love leaves marks that never fade. And somewhere Marcus liked to think Devon was watching. Devon was smiling. Devon knew his brother finally understood what the watch really meant. Not success. Not achievement. Not wealth or power or recognition. Just this. That the people we love are worth everything. Even when it costs us everything. Even when all we have left is a broken watch and memories of what we couldn't save. Marcus picked up his phone. Called the foundation director. How many applications do we have pending? He asked. 217, came the reply. Approve them all, Marcus said. Every single one. Find the money. I don't care how. Because that's what Devon would have wanted. That's what the broken watch meant. Not the past he couldn't change. The future he still could. If Marcus's story moved you, if it made you think differently about what really matters in life, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from and share one person in your life who sacrificed everything for you. Let's honor the Devon Webbs of the world together. Thank you for watching, and remember, some things matter more than money.